Hey there, guys, and a big welcome back to the Blaze TV podcast. It's Ed Kimberley with you on this edition, and our guest is no stranger to the Coventry Blaze, returning for his third season in Blaze Blue. Is everybody's favorite Swede, Kim Tallberg. Kim, great to catch up with you, buddy. How's the summer treating you so far? How have you been spending it?
Summer is great. Hello, everybody. First of all, but summer is great. Have a great time with family, friends, and I train a lot. And yeah, everything have been super good so far. So I'm really happy. Life is nice.
I mean, life seems to be really good for Kim Tallberg. I mean, you got the beautiful background there. You got the hammer cup. You've got the ping pong table ready to go.
Yeah.
I can think of a lot worse places to spend my summers. But let's talk about your time in Coventry last year, because I don't think we've caught up since the season ended. And
No.
it wasn't a bad season for Kim Tallberg. You got 13 league goals, a couple more in the cup. How would you assess how the season went for you as an individual?
As an individual, I would say it was okay. You always want more, of course, and you want to have that small bounces with you too. So some more offensive goals and stuff like that to help the team win. But I give my all every game and try my best. And sometimes it go a little bit more, and sometimes not. But I it's okay. But I always believe the best is still to come. So I look bright on the future and looking forward so much to what's coming up here.
Yeah, no, for sure. And it sounds like you're going to be linking back up with Alessio Luciani. I mean, you guys spent, I think, pretty much the whole year on that line together, right? And he had 20 goals in his first season as a professional, and that's tough to do. That was pretty impressive. What was it like playing with Lucci last year?
Luchi is he's a skilled guy. He know the game well, and he's a very professional guy too. So fun to play with. He can play the puck. He can score some goals, and a fun teammate for sure. So yeah, it was great.
Do you think that Coach Kevin's going to have you guys linking up again this year?
I don't know yet. Maybe that will happen. We will see. But yeah, I wouldn't mind it at all. He's a great player, so I would be really happy with that. We will see what's gonna happen there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a few pieces in the puzzle yet to fit together, so
Yeah.
who knows what Coach Kevin's got in store. I just
Yeah.
want to talk a little bit about that Challenge Cup run, if I don't mind, Kim, because that was a really good run that we had there. I mean, falling to Sheffield, but I don't think there was any shame in that. And there was that big game in the quarterfinals against Belfast, and that was
Yeah.
probably one of the best comebacks I've ever seen, a Coventry Blaze team do.
Yeah.
Was that a special game and like a special memory from that season?
Of course, that's a third period. Although you haven't played that much in your career when you're down 4-0 with like 10 minutes left against a big team like that. So of course that shows like you never should give up or something like that. So of course you bring that win with you, and it was a cool thing to do. But in the end, when we lost the other round, it a little bit, yeah, you don't remember it that big, but still, it was a big accomplishment to beat them with down 4-0 for sure. So that was a cool win, and respect to never give up and bounce back there.
Yeah, I was going to say that sums it up perfectly. It just goes to show, and a really good thing for the young players is just
Yeah,
to keep grinding away because you never know what's going to happen, and you get a couple of bounces, 4-2, suddenly you're in the game, and you can just see the bench just lift completely. Like the body language, the energy was massive, and it just like I was watching the game at home and like through the TV, and it just jumped out at me just how much the guys are buzzing.
yeah, yeah. It's awesome.
The
Yeah,
one the one the one game that I mean obviously that first period against Sheffield in the cup semis was frustrating, but I think the more frustrating was how we went out of the playoffs because we played some really good hockey
yeah,
against the Giants, like
yeah,
phenomenal games, but really
yeah.
tight, proper playoff hockey. And essentially the teams were divided by a bounce off a guy's skate who's facing the wrong way, his stick's not even on the ice.
No.
Um, that must have hurt as a group because it felt like towards that last weekend of the season after everything that happened we'd started to find our mojo again.
Mm.
That game must have been a bit of a stinger.
Yeah, it was for sure. It's hockey is a sport of small details that can change the games and stuff like that. Tight games can end up with a, like you said, a bounce on skates, and that's a part of the game. It's both. It can happen both ways, and if it's luck or not, I don't know. But we after when we went out there, it sucks, but still it felt like we left everything out there, and that's a pretty good feeling inside you that we did
Yeah.
everything we had and we played good. Then it's worst if you lose and you feel like fuck we wasn't there, something like that, and lose by a couple more goals, or you felt like we wasn't there today. So I felt we left it all there the last games, and could uh, could end the season with some proud on the shoulders. So it was tough, but still, yeah, we did everything we could there for sure.
Yeah, you had to leave it out on the ice quite a lot this season. I think what was it, 12 games that went to overtime
Yeah,
in the regular season. That was nuts. And then you think about it, I think Glasgow had 13. They had one or two more than us.
yeah.
I've never seen anything like that, Kimmy. Have you?
No, it was it was really tight. I remember talking with my dad about it. It was like every game was ending in overtimes. It was was tight games for sure, and fun of course. It's tight games. It's but then you need to take that extra point to climb on the standings too. So it's and shootouts, and we was pretty good there, and yeah, it was a lot of tight games there for sure.
Yeah, I mean, because of all the OT, going deep in the playoffs, going deep in the Challenge Cup, we played a lot of hockey last
Yeah,
season for sure.
yeah.
Just thinking about, because obviously that was year two. Obviously you had your first year here, the year before, and there were two teams that I think in many ways were very similar. You look at the end results, where the teams finish, how they did in terms of like the cup and the postseason. They were very similar. Um,
Mm.
what do you think were the big differences though between the two teams from your memory?
The two teams from this year, I would say it's two different situations. It was the first year we won a lot of more games. We
Mhm.
took more points and we had a good wave flow. My line we scored a lot, and the team won, and we had a good wave, and we were right on it pretty good. And this year we maybe didn't get that. We was maybe a little bit more up and down, and
Yeah.
didn't find this more consistent curve. But so I think. And skill wise, on you see on the paper on the guys, it was around the same team. Like you said, it was a good players both years, but it's a lot about the situation and the confidence in the team and the group and stuff like that. And I think we had like a little bit more louder group the first year, and we had some
Mm.
more run, more wins on our side, and then the confidence come and bounces. We maybe some games we didn't play that well, but we still won, and the goalie shut it out, and stuff like that. We helped each other out there. So it's a lot of small situation that helps.
Yeah, no, I understand that for sure. Um,
Mm.
you also in your second year, we seem to have got to see like a more comfortable Kim Tallberg in his settings. Like, you kind of came out your shell a little bit more because it wasn't just on the ice that you were busy. I mean, you were really busy off the ice as well. I mean, firstly, I mean, you're wearing the hoodie, so let's start with the workouts, I guess, because they started popping up online. You started to post more content with Jack and Archie, for example, some of the juniors. What made you kind of decide that, I'm going to record some of this stuff that I'm doing and get it out there?
I have done training and stuff like that for a couple of years now, and you more. Then I had just starting the Tiki Combo Instagram there, and then you can post some workouts, and people can see the idea ish how we train, and people start to talk about it, and people contact and want help, and how we do it and stuff like that. So it's a good marketing thing to help guys out, and maybe some people can see and that exercise look good or whatever, and they can take it, or they contact if they need some help. So it was a little bit of a kickoff. A lot of people contact, and now just starting to add more up. So it helps for sure for everybody. So it was a step to take to marketing the company too.
Yeah, no, and you can see in the videos as well that you're having a lot of fun while you're doing it, and I think that's really important because I'm a pretty lazy guy, Kimmy, and to be honest, even your videos made me get off the sofa and move around a little bit. So that was
That's
a big
good.
tick in the box. But
That
like, I
was
mean, I met
good.
no, no,
Yeah.
no, you got a good review from me, buddy, 5 stars for sure. And you also got some 5 star reviews from Jack and Archie because I saw you were working out with those guys a lot in the gym. I guess that was quite, I guess, fulfilling as as a teammate to help those young guys and trying to help them take their games to the next level.
Yeah, it's if the guys come and ask something or want help with training, I'm gonna help them for sure. And if they come and wanna join me on the gym or wanna have help with something to like explosive stuff or get strength or mobility or what it is, and I know a lot about the body and have learned a lot about it, so it's fun to get it out and help people with it. And yeah, Jack Hopkins is he have the program on my app this summer, so he train my program, and yeah, so I like to help out, and especially when the guys want it a lot. So that's fun. It's fun. Great.
How did you get how did you get linked up with the juniors? Because I saw that you were working with the future of the Coventry Blaze as well.
Yeah, it's a little bit like I said. It it spreads out, and people ask, and can you help out my kid with something? They don't have that much ice available, and if I could do some off ice stuff, and then next parent call and next, yeah. So it just adds, and the kids want. So it ended up to be like maybe I had like 5 or 6 guys outside yeah, that I help out with training and stuff like that. So that was perfect. And
No,
now in the summer I have like, yeah, I have like 15 guys I help out now, both online and here on the island now, face one on one, and help them out with stuff. So that's fun.
no, it's brilliant. Like, I mean, I think honestly, at any time a guy, come over here as an import and help out, not only, the younger teammates that they've got in the pro team, but the juniors as well. I think, everybody really appreciates that because, who
Mm,
knows where those kids will be in, 5, 10 years. They might be pulling on that sweater and, the
yeah.
things that Kim Tallberg, who they look up to as as a senior, as a player, that might go a long way. I do have to ask you though, Kim, why did you end up taking them on the roof of the car park? How did that come about? That was crazy.
It's it's a good space up there. It's we do a lot of sprints and technique with sticks and stuff like that, and it's never cars up there, so it's just an
Okay.
empty space, and it need to be creative and find good space. And Ethan told me too that the highest car park shouldn't be any car there, so I went up there and see, and it was a clean space, perfect space to be, and we can train alone, and we can, yeah, so be up there for hours and train on stick handling and speed and jumps, and even strength training, take up some weights and stuff like that. So great spot. Just need to find the place, and it was great just by the rink. So yeah, good place.
No, no, I know. I'm only pulling your leg. And speaking of pulling your leg, I hear Ethan. You mentioned Ethan there. He took great joy at you having a little bit of car trouble. I hear. Tell us that story. What happened?
Mm, about the car.
Yeah, apparently your car broke down and he decided to find the most Swedish Spotify playlist that he could
Yeah.
find and blare that at you rather than helping. Did I get that right?
Yeah, the car was empty in battery in the garage, and then I heard I heard a common song bouncing in the garage, like a Swedish rap song, and I thought like, okay, who is this now? And then I see Ethan come in a big van, and window down and elbow out with some good sounds from the Swedish top lit. It was pretty funny. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah,
Well,
he's a fun guy.
oh, everybody loves Ethan. Ethan's, he's one of those real positive influence in the dressing room. Great with the guys, obviously great with the gear. That's his job, obviously. But yeah,
He's
no.
awesome. He's
And
awesome.
and,
He
and
run the
also
club.
he's got. Sorry, I cut over you there. What were you saying?
No, I said he's awesome. He's a big part of this club for sure. So yeah, they should appreciate him.
And what maybe the fans don't get to see, behind in like his office, I guess you'd call it, like the equipment room. He's got one of your pieces of art hung up above the skate grinder, and
Yeah.
that was another new thing that we got to see coming out of Kim Tallberg this year. What kind of inspired you to take up painting?
Uh, I started painting like 12 or 13 years ago, just small, just did some creative colors and did for family and friends and stuff like that. Nothing big. And then I didn't paint for many years, just some time. And then second year now I find hobbycraft. There you could buy a lot of stuff like that and good quality stuff. And I thought like, fuck, I want to do something good by my free time. I like to keep myself busy. So I started painting again, and people like it, and I like it, and people start buying it, and to get like a positive energy in people's environment is awesome. And on the back side of every painting, it's a positive message from me, like like a positive energy message that they read, and then they put up the painting, and then when they watch the painting, they get like a good feeling. So it's a good stuff for I like the people who have them in their home. It should give them energy for sure. So it's a win-win. I love colors. I love being creative. And even now when I come home, it's people order and stuff. So I'm sold out right now. So it's it kicked off, and I'm gonna just keep going. It's just the start.
It really did kick off. Like it just kind of came out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden, like the fans were really crying out for Kim Tallberg art. I mean, were you a little bit surprised just how big it got so quickly?
Yeah. I thought for sure some people gonna like it, but it yeah, I'm just happy and appreciate that so many people want it, and I put down a lot of time on every art, so I can give it away
Mm.
with a like good feeling about it and buy good quality stuff. So it bounced up a little bit more than I thought, but I like it a lot. So it's
Have you
fun. It's fun.
Yeah, I mean, like the videos are great. I think the one that stands out is when you've kind of propped up one of the canvases against the boards, and you kind of put some paint on the ice and then hit a hard hockey stop and just sprayed all the paint up. Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah,
Um, fair play to Planet Ice for letting you do that. Also,
yeah,
I think if I tried that, they'd probably tell me off. But I guess you pull a little bit more weight than me.
yeah.
Have you managed to do some pieces in the summer, or are you waiting till you get back to Coventry?
No, I have done like 4 big ones here in Sweden that I sold out, and now the fifth one is done, and it's gonna go into a hotel, Clarion Hotel here in Sweden.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah, so yeah, it's gonna be one big art in their lobby in the hotel, so that's fun. And then some more people order, so I have sell some art here too, and gonna keep going in Coventry. So yeah,
Wow.
keep your up fan and contact if you need something. I will make something cool for you.
So, like, okay, so Kim Tallberg's the athlete. He's an artist, and I hear you're a pretty good chef as well. What's this I hear about the secret recipe tacos?
Yeah, it's just the for me it's just the regular tacos. I don't know if I'm a good chef or not, but people like it. It's a proper Swedish taco. We got some pineapple in there too, some sweet, and some good mixed mince, and yeah, just a good taco. I will show you one day.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to hold you to that. A game of golf and then some tacos at Kim
Yeah,
Tallberg's place.
sounds good. Sounds
Um,
good.
Speaking of which, I heard you played a little bit of golf, so we'll definitely have to get that one in. And it seems like the boys coming up for this season really want to play. And that kind of fun feeling, in the dressing room, the young guys. I guess that was a big part of you wanting to sign back for season number 3. Um, but what were the main reasons that you wanted to come back to Coventry for another year?
I I would say Coventry have take care of me very well, and I like how Coventry run it, and they have done it really professional, and everything have worked well. And I don't want to move sideways to another team on the same level or something like that. So I feel for me it was a pretty easy choice. I wanted to get back, and I want to win something with Coventry, and train and I do everything I can to make that happen. So that's my goal. So I'm super pumped for that. And now Kevin is in and some new fresh stuff. So I'm just pumped to get one more year here at least, and then take it from there.
Yeah, see what happens. And you mentioned Kevin there as well. Obviously, you must have spoken to him. What have the conversations been like with the new coach?
I spoke with him just when I signed the contract too, and always when you talk with people, you get a good impression or not. So I get a really good feeling when I talk with him. The energy, his passion for the game, and how he wants stuff, and how he talked about it, and how we want to run it. So I got a good feeling, and it's gonna be a fresh energy in the whole club. So I believe for sure the best is still to come here. So I'm really happy to be a part of that.
Well, I think it goes without saying we're really happy to have you. And you know,
Mm.
we mentioned Alessio Luciani coming back for another year. The only other import other than yourself coming back seems to be Alexander Kukali. So you
Yeah.
have plenty of new guys to show around, Kim, and you kind of become a bit of a veteran of the Coventry Blaze now going into year three.
Yeah, yeah, it's Kukali, awesome. He's back. I like him. Great player, great person. So that's gonna be fun, and a lot of new guys. But that's always the hockey family is pretty easy. So of course, I'm the third year in Coventry now, and they call me a vet now. So yeah, I'm gonna help out everything I can and take guys home for tacos like I always do. So they're gonna like it. I'm gonna make sure that we get the group together and have a great season together.
Well, I hear you know all the great spots now, and there's what's that restaurant that you like to go to, and you become a bit of a regular right here with the manager there. And was there some free drinks or something on the house? What's that all about?
No, it was the me and Brady like the umami restaurant, and Luciani like it too. It's a buffet restaurant. You can eat what you want and choose from a lot of different stuff. So we went there a lot. So it was yeah, you can eat what you want, how much you want. It's pretty good.
But I mean, it must be pretty cool for you. You know, you come over to the UK, you know, having played pretty much your entire career in Sweden, then you head over here, and you know, you'll be leaned on this year to show the new guys around that you know, come into the Coventry Blaze organization for the first time. That must be quite
Mm.
fun for you.
Yeah, it's I yeah, it's for sure fun, and I like that. It's a step for me too to help out. And first you come like a new guy, and then you learn about everything and know what Coventry is all about, and then you help the next new guys, and that's how it works. And I just want to develop myself, develop other people around me, and that's a good step for me to do
Have
to
you
take that step and be a leader.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine that you're a pretty good leader in that dressing room, Kim. To be honest with you, but just speaking of the new team, obviously I think we may be three-quarters the way there. Have you had a chance to look at some of the new guys that are coming in this year?
Uh, Not so much. I talk with some of them on the phone, and text some of the new guys, just welcome and stuff like that. Happy that they sign, and so I don't know much about them. Just saw some small clips on the players, and that small clip you have seen,
Mm.
it looks cool. It looks like fresh legs is coming in, so it looks good. But you will see when we are there. Then the truth gonna come there. So. I will take it when I come there and see them face to face and have a good handshake with them and get it going.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I mean, I'm a bit of a nerd, you know, when Kevin or you know Craig tell me, oh, we've signed this guy, you know, the first thing I do is go look at the CV, where have they played, who they played with, try and find as much video as I can.
Yeah,
But I guess that's sort of, you know, why I do what I do.
yeah.
But you know, when you speak to these new guys, or when you get them in the dressing room in a few weeks, when you meet them for the first time, what advice are you going to give them from, you know, your couple of years in the elite league?
Yeah, it's advice for me should be like go in, have confidence in what you do, take a step forward in all you can do, and just enjoy the process. The hockey life is pretty cool when you think about it. So play with joy, but still, yeah, put a higher limit on yourself to develop yourself too. So it's and with Coventry, it's always going to be the team first there. It's that type of group we are, and we need to be. So it's need to be the team first, and but to help the team first, you also need to do your own best too. So it's going to help them pump up and let them enjoy the ride. So don't get stressed. Just play it all out. Leave it there.
Yeah, that's good advice. And, someone who, has left it all out on the ice for, 9 years going into his 10th year is David Clements. And, it just was announced only a couple of days ago that he's going to have his testimonial season. He's going to get a testimonial celebration, testimonial game. And I mean, that's wonderful. He's a Coventry boy. He played junior hockey here before, going overseas for a little while, getting better at the game, coming back and, showing that as a pro. You must be really happy that, we get to celebrate David in that way.
Super happy. He was the first guy I met when I come to Coventry, and he's huge for that club. And that type of guy you want in the dressing room and take care of the boys. And like you said, a Coventry guy too. That's he's a role model for the kids in the UK and the Coventry to look up to, that you can do that he do. And that he have his testimonial now is he deserves it, and I really wish him all the best. So yeah, I'm looking forward to give him a hug when I come back and have one more season together. So that's going to be awesome.
Oh, for sure. And you say in there about him, being able to elevate his game, as part of Coventry. That's been huge because since he was a player, I remember when he came in, fresh face, young guy. I mean, the league just keeps getting better and better. Every year it seems that it gets better. David's been able to elevate his game. Be right there in the Great Britain setup. Playing big minutes for the Blaze, and just thinking about what other teams are putting together ahead of this season. The league looks like it's going to take another step up, doesn't it, Kim? Because there are some really good teams being put together.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, I think that the league is pretty underrated. I think it's just growing and growing, and yeah, people see it more and more. And I think just this league gonna get better every season now. So yeah, for sure, one more step this year, and we're gonna be a part of that too. So yeah, for sure.
And we've got absolutely no doubts that you'll elevate your game to where it needs to be to be successful this season. You're such a professional, and all three zones. I mean, it was no doubt really why you were the first guy that we signed back. I mean, let's be honest, not just pumping your tires here, but you're big big part of this team. Um, but one thing that I know that you like to do is you like to set some goals. When you go into a season or you go into a situation, you kind of want to know what you want to achieve. Have you kind of set those ahead of this season yet, or are you kind of just waiting until you get back over here?
I always set like I said before, my head goal is to win something with Coventry Blaze, and that's my head goal. And if we're gonna do that, I need to be at my best too. So I want to help the team as much as I can to win. And if we need to win games, we need to score and we need to produce. So I'm gonna put that pressure on myself to do that, to help the team that way. And a little bit like you said, also on all three zones, I play in all situations and take pride in that. So my personal goal is always to take the next step to play better this year coming now. And like I said previous to, I believe the best is still to come. So I'm just super pumped and excited.
Well, if the best out of Kim Tallberg is still yet to come, I think that's a pretty exciting thing to look forward to.
Yeah.
Kim, this has been really great catching up. Honestly, like it doesn't quite feel the same. You've had such an impact in Coventry. It doesn't quite feel the same when you're not around. So we're looking forward to having you back over. Have you got your details yet? Do you know when you're going to be coming back?
I'm gonna fly back 23rd August.
Okay.
22nd August, yes. I'm gonna be there in end of August. So
Awesome.
we will see each other then. So yeah, and I appreciate you say what you say there, and I'm really happy to be a part of the Coventry too.
No, but yeah, like I said, really looking forward to having you for year number 3. And guys, this has been an awesome episode. I mean, it's Kim Tallberg, of course. It was going to be an awesome episode, and we'll see you on the next edition. Bye for now.